Hi there, I'm Professor Blackmore and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm coming back to you with a few more details about how you can get the most productivity and efficiency out of using a OneNote law firm notebook. And I've created a generic template for those of you who like to have a pre-made template to help you to get started with developing your own OneNote law firm notebook. Now, in my prior video, I previewed for you my OneNote civil law notebook template. And today, I'm going to take you inside of my OneNote criminal law firm notebook template. Now, if you'd like to get more information about how to make your own OneNote law firm notebook, please review one of my prior videos on this topic. And if you'd like to purchase my OneNote civil or criminal law firm notebook, please visit me on my website at professorblackmore.com. And I know many of you are wondering, why do I need this? And I think my top line reason has to be the ability that OneNote gives you to take your entire law firm filing cabinet everywhere you go, allowing you and your office staff to access your files in the cloud, as well as real-time changes that sync immediately through the cloud storage system in OneDrive. That's right, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. The cloud storage system is called OneDrive. And so this makes your changes immediately accessible to everyone on your team. So let's jump inside of this template and take a look. And just so that we can see in real time how files sync, I am going to use my mobile device so that you can see how immediate the access is that all of your team members will have to the files once they sync through the cloud storage device. And again, I want to mention that the cloud storage that OneNote uses is called OneDrive. And when you sign up for your free OneNote account, you also obtain access to your 5 gigabytes of free online storage, which is where your files sync through in OneDrive. And if you want to get more information about some of these basic items regarding OneNote, please review one of my prior videos. So now I'm going to go over and see if I can find this notebook. So I'm looking for my OneNote criminal law firm notebook, and here it is right here. And so here we are in our notebook, and now I'm going to go over to our file system within our law firm notebook here. And so now, just like in your civil law firm notebook template, you also have a place here in your criminal law firm notebook template to keep any firm administration files that you may need for your law firm. And you can add any new page and subpage sections that you may need for any other sections that you need for your firm administration in your particular law firm. But here we have accounts payables, accounts receivables, attorney bar information, e-filing for our state and federal courts. There may be some other sections that you would like to add or delete from this template. Now, this template comes with a little bit of versatility, giving you the ability to decide how you want to organize your criminal law client files. And so here you can use this general setup here and just organize all of your client files within one criminal law cases section. So you could have all of your client files organized just generally by alphabetical order, or you can choose to separate them by criminal law practice areas like your DWI cases. You can organize all of your DWI clients in one particular section. And then you can organize all of your theft and robbery type clients in one particular section. And then you can organize your homicide or murder type case client files in a particular section. So you can choose either one of these particular types of ways to organize your client files. And then you can also add a section here if you like. If you have another section that you would like to add here, all you have to do is click this plus sign down here at the bottom. And so if I wanted to add a new section, then you can just name that section here. So you can just say something like other cases. And then if you have any client that you want to add to this, you can add that client here by going over to the pages. If you want to add another client here, you can just click this plus sign here and add another client. And as you can see, that information is available to everyone on your team who has access to this notebook. As you can see, our other cases is already synced through the cloud here on our mobile device, and we're able to see the sections that have been added here already that have already synced through the cloud. So if someone in your office adds new files to your law firm notebook here, then you will have access to that wherever you are. You could be in the courtroom. You could be attending a client meeting of some sort. You will have access to anything that has been added to this particular notebook. And so let's take a look at a misdemeanor DWI case. And as you can see, when you get to the section with your client files, you can expand those files or retract them as needed to be able to access the information in whichever particular client case file you're interested in reviewing at that particular time. Now, when we look at this particular client file, I have all of these different subpage sections here that are set up in each one of the client files. So you have your case intake here. And this section is a section where you might put all of your client intake information of whatever sort it may be, your new matter memo, or any conflicts checklist that you may need to conduct. Maybe you might need some type of HIPAA release. All of this type of general intake information would be stored in your case intake subpage section of this client file. And then we have case notes. And so here you may want to put any type of case notes or info data sheet that you may have in your office that has just general case note type information about everything that has to do with this particular client case. And so as you can see here, there will be a copy of this client data information sheet in this particular case if that is something that you would like to use, or you can delete this and insert your own information data sheet that you may already have in your office. And so you can delete or add to any of these sections that have already been added here for you that you may not need. You can delete from those. And then there may be a particular section that you have in your office that you like to use that is not reflected here. And then you can just add that subpage section here. And so to add a subpage section, all you do is you go to the last section or page, and then you just click add a page. Now, we don't want to add this as a subpage to the appeal section. We want to add a whole new page section so you can promote this subpage so that you can now create a new section here, and we'll just call it other section. Okay, and if there are any subpages that you want to create for this particular section, then you can just press the add a page, and then you can right click on that page and click make a subpage of this particular section. And so this would be another subpage document within that particular section for this particular client file. Okay, so you can add to, you can delete any of these sections that you do not need to use. If you want to delete a section, you can right click on it and just hit delete page. Okay, and then once you have the sections that you want for your standard client file setup, you can keep a copy of the standard file setup in your firm administration section, or you can create a separate section that is dedicated to keeping your standard client file setup. And so you could go over here to the sections area, and you can go down to this last section if you want and add a section, and you could call this So now that you have added this section, we can go back to our client file. What I like to do is retract it. And then you can right click on it and you can copy this section. It'll copy the section, the page, and all of its subpages. Then we're going to go over to our client file setup over here. And then you can click paste. And it will create a standard file setup that you can use here. Now you want to go ahead and delete this page, and you could just call this standard file setup. And so whenever you want to create a new client file, you can always just come back here and copy and paste this file setup, this standard file setup, into any of your new client files. And so once you have created that new client file, then you can load the client files for this particular client. And so now we're going to pick back up and look at some more of the sections of this particular client file. Now, this is a case of a homeless individual who is a habitual DWI offender. So there may be times where you need to meet with the client at the jail. So OneNote comes in handy because depending on how good the cell phone service is in the particular place where you are, you can access this entire file in the jail or immediately after leaving to record notes while they are fresh in your mind. So now I'm gonna change over to my Samsung Note 7, which is what I would really use if I were gonna be using my mobile device. And I'm gonna go over and find this client file that we're working in right now. And if I am working in that client information data sheet that I have. And again, this will be depending on how good your cell service is wherever you may be. But if you're not able to access your cell phone within a jail or someplace where you may be, you can always come back right after that meeting and record that information while it's fresh in your mind, also using your OneNote law firm notebook. But if I'm in there, I can add information to this data sheet right here in real time. I want to do that. I could fill out any information here on this summary right in that particular client meeting that I am attending. And anyone back at the office would be able to access this information as it immediately syncs through the cloud. So I could fill in information regarding this criminal history, probation, other DWI, any information about grand jury, any information that I may need later on that I want to add to this form. I can add this information in real time and it will be accessible by everyone back there at the office. And so now that information should be able to sync through the cloud, and I should be able to access that information if I am someone back at the office working on this file. In addition, after that meeting is concluded, you can record an audio note while the information is still fresh in your memory. And so even if that internet reception is not that great in the jail, you can always record an audio note as soon as you get back to your vehicle. And so I'm gonna go ahead. Today, I had an opportunity to meet with our new misdemeanor DWI client, John Smith, over at the jail located at 1200 Baker Street. As you can see here, you can also add photographs to this note if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to take a photograph, and you can add that photograph to your note as well. So today I had an opportunity to meet with our new misdemeanor DWI client, John Smith, over at the jail located at 1200 Baker Street. And as you can see, that information has already synced over to our mobile device that we're using to record everything to show how quickly items sync through the cloud. Now you also have a place in here to keep your court file documents within your court file documents index. And within each index in this client file, you can create links to each document. So we have a copy of our docket sheet here. And let's say we wanted to add a copy of the complaint. So we'll go down to our complaint section. And so you'll put your cursor where you want that item to be reflected. Then you'll go up to the Insert tab. You'll click Insert, and then you want to click Printout. Once you click Printout, then you want to navigate out to the place where your file is located. Here is the complaint. And so OneNote will include a printout of that document, including a copy of the document so that you can have it for quick access. And so the first thing that I want to do is I want to go to the place where I now have filed my document. And I want to right click on that, and I want to copy a link to this page. Okay. Then I want to go back over to my index, and I want to go to the place in my index where I want the link to be reflected. And then I want to right click on that place, and I want to select link to insert a link. Then I'm going to right click in the place where the address box is so that I can paste that link into the box. Then I'm going to go ahead and click Insert. And so now there is going to be a link here. So if I want to have quick access to this complaint, I can just click on this link and it'll take me straight away to the complaint. I can also make the text of the description of this item a link as well. Click on link in the address box, paste the link, and click insert. So either way, either one of these two places can be an actual link to this particular document. So you can create links to your index documents that are within your client files here. Now I want to check back on my mobile device just to see if my information is syncing over there. So I'm going to go over to my court file documents section here. And I'm looking at my index. I'm going to open that link and it takes me straight over there to my document. And so now here are some other sections that you'll find within this template. Let me expand this so that you can see this a little bit better. So we have our victim statements. We have preliminary hearing statement. We have a crime scene police reports. We have our indictment and complaint documents if we want to keep those in a separate section. We have our investigation. We have our correspondence. We have our depot information if there will be any depositions that would be taken. And then we have some of our trial sections, photographs, exhibits, your opening statement information, any trial notes, closing arguments, your jury instructions information that you may want to have placed in here for your proposed jury instructions from both sides. And then if you want to file any appeal documents here. And so these are just some of the standard sub-page sections of each client file that we have included in this particular template, but you can again delete from this list or add to as needed for your particular criminal law firm. And so as you can see, OneNote gives you the versatility to collect all kinds of media, audio, video, photographs, text, screen clippings, and so much more, all within your client files. In addition, you have access to your entire law firm wherever you are. So what about you? Do you think you might consider using this game-changing law office productivity resource? If so, or even if not, I'd love to hear why or why not. So please leave your comments in the comment section below. And I hope you'll give me a big thumbs up. And I want to also ask that you'll please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell so you won't miss any of my tips. And please also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And if you'd like me to attend your next MCLE, CLE, or legal conference, please contact me. And if you'd like to purchase a copy of my OneNote e-trial notebook, my OneNote motion hearing notebook, my OneNote deposition notebook, or my OneNote civil or criminal law firm notebook templates, please visit me on my website at ProfessorBlackmore.com.